I will say, I want to say that up until this point, everything revolving Serendipity, from its original announcement to how they rolled out news to the ticketing situation, everything leading up to the concert, I'd like to think my concerns and criticisms are valid. They were valid to be kind of, critical of how Cover handled everything up until the concert. But at the end of the day, the concert could still be really good, and it's just a matter of how they rolled out news. And I'd like to say that they put on an excellent concert, and I want to say easily the best EN concert, at least the best EN branch. As a group, this is the best one for sure, because it does one of the things that I've been kind of critical on these concerts ever since I started watching them. Ever since I started watching these back with, like, say, Breaking Dimensions, I've consistently had just kind of like disappointment.
Balancing issues.
I've had disappointment with how they balance out the 2 days when they do a 2-day concert, on the line of like, why is day one always better? To where when day two happens, it's like it's still good, but it's just, it ends kind of softly. It's like it can still be a good day two, but it's just kind of.
Well, the problem is that when day one is like a 9 out of 10 and day two is borderline like a 6.5 or like a 7, like it's just not near that same level of height, you kind of leave a little disappointed. Like it just ends soft enough to where it's like, oh well, I guess. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to say. It kills it a little. It kills it quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, because day two is usually the leftovers. That's not even the case a lot of times, because
no, I wouldn't say that's the case.
Days like I think about like Breaking Dimensions, like Cali was day two. Mume was day two. Bay was day two with Breaking Dimensions. AFO was the same way as well, actually. A lot of lines, but it's just a matter of like, I don't know. You can spread things out and organize things in a good way. And then especially concerts like AFO, if you're going to do covers of other Hololive member songs, spread it out to where it's like you're not all just doing the same member's music, because it does get tiring. And they had zero issues with that here. I want to say Drawn the Dawn was the first one, because Drawn the Dawn was great both days. And so when I say like I want to have a very equal day, or a very equal concert, it's either have both days be really good on their own, and you could either pick or choose like which one you preferred, or at least end with day two being the better show, because at least you leave the concert on a high.
Yeah.
And that's what this concert was. Sounds like Cover is actually learning. I know they did it twice in a row. And I don't bring up like Fess on this line either, of like organizing and like spreading it out, because that's between 4 different concerts. I'm not picky on that at all. Other than like this recent fest, it's like, why did you book the biggest music talents on the last concert day? Why did you do that? Thankfully, the rest of all the other 3 were still really good. It worked out, but it's like, why did you do that?
Honestly, when you compare day 1 and 2, day 1 was still pretty good though.
I rewatched.
Day 2 was just really good.
Yeah, so I rewatched both of the concerts this weekend, and like day 1 is excellent. I appreciate they approached mostly a lot of the groups with some different ideas. Like Myth had group songs, but they just didn't do one song. They did multiple. They did a medley of a lot of their previous songs, their Myth songs. So there was a little bit of freshness there compared to what they did last year. Promise did a medley together of their originals of each of them between Bay, Crony, and Iris. And then Justice and Advent did originals as well. But at least we had some new ideas going on. Myth Retreat. They did not do Myth Retreat.
They did not do Myth Retreat. That wouldn't feel good at all. That'd be
But I'm trying. I don't want to go like too much into it, because I'd just be whatever. Going into, I would say day 1 of Serendipity felt a lot like day 1 of Drawn to Dawn, where I'm like, this was great, but there's things missing that I know could we'll probably see the next day, to where it's like day 2 potentially could be really good, and that's what happened.
It far exceeded expectations though.
I know, like seriously, if you haven't watched the free feeds of these concerts, day 2 has to have the single best beginning of a concert I have ever seen out of Hololive. And especially the free feed, they are incredibly generous. I've gone back and just watched that free feed because it's a banger after banger after banger after banger after banger. It is so good. And I remember being at the concert and like not even thinking about like, oh, the free feed's about to end because they're going to talk about it. Just being there at the concert, like, this is starting off strong, and it's like, this is next. Next, who's performing, and then who's performing next? Like, we're not taking any stops here. And then it just maintains the whole way through. It is a excellent concert.
It's really hard to say what the highs were, honestly. Like, what were your favorites? Because, I mean, it's like, for example, we all know Way to You was going to play, and it was in the free feed too. But dude, the performance on it and just all of it, especially live in concert being in there, it was so good. Like, it was just like,
it was a vibe.
Honestly, it's like your soul just left your body. Like, it was just like, man, we are in serendipity, guys.
Yeah, in complete serendipity. Any disaster piece songs in the free segment?
One.
Yes, one. But it was one of the best songs out of Disaster Piece. Like, seriously, you need to watch it because Callie is in the free segment. She does a medley of her 3, not counting like 6 Feet Under and like Black Sheep, but she does like a medley of her like most hardest rock songs that she has.
Yeah,
it's so good, so good. Let's step back a little bit because there's a couple things I wanted to talk about. Mostly on the line of like being in the venue hall. We had really good seats both days. I don't know if there's much else to say about day 1 on the line of just the experience, but it was really good. We had a really good time. Day 2 though, we had VIP tickets. We were able to manage to get VIP tickets, and so we actually were able to set up a few rows ahead, and then on top of it we were given a free shirt. Which none of us, we didn't know until the day of the concerts, like, what are the shirts like? We don't know what they were going to be like, and as long as they weren't just standard Serendipity merch shirts, I wanted something unique. I'll be happy, and that's what they ended up being.
So I got the Justice shirt, you got the Promise shirt. I was really happy. I was like, oh, we actually are here. Like, we got actually here.
So what was nice about the VIP is VIP had their own line. We got into the concert, I want to say the venue, I want to say like an hour and a half. We were in easy because at one point we were like doing stuff with drinks. We went to the merch line and stuff. There came a point where it's like, we have a whole hour to just wait and chill.
It was super nice just to sit and just adding to the people was so much fun.
So that's the thing I want to get to is, so yeah, we get to go into VIP. We get a free shirt. And you get to choose between the 4 gens. I choose Promise, obviously. And then we got like, let's go to the merch hall because we have time. Let's go get a drink because we have time. And it got to a point where like we found our seats and we're with our friend and we're just chatting it up with people. Another thing that adds to this concert, this is easily the most fun I've been around people. People in front of me and then behind me were super fun to be around. I was just sitting, just kind of one spot, just having my drink, and a brat happened to be sitting in front of me. And he's like, so Bay's gonna do Snake Eyes today, right? And I'm like, yes, she's obviously gonna do Snake Eyes today. Bay said she wouldn't do Snake Eyes unless she had her backup dancers. And yesterday, Kiara had her backup dancers. So it's definitely happening. And we're like, oh, let's go, whatever. And then the guys like right behind me got my attention to just like ask me something. And so we were talking to them and whatever. And it's just like, had some really good fun people to be around, and we had like an hour to just hang out. And eventually at one point I just started talking to 2 other people, and we're like talking about like who can have the next solo live, if they're going to do another duo live, and what do you think the set list is going to be like today, and just a whole bunch of things. And it's like the set list of this day was already good and was excellent, but then the people I got to hang out around was just made it even better. It's gonna be hard to top this. It really is. Day 1 I was secretary. Today I was back to having Bay and Mume on me. But then this also has perspective of the area.
Yeah, so this was actually this actually our seating?
Yeah, that's actually our seating. I was right there. On the previous live stream, I wanted to do like a set list prediction, because if it was like AFO, what I thought was going to get played, and even on like some of the guest songs, I was right on the money on some of it. I was even more on the money here on even like what I would like them to do. And they all happened for most of them. So I was just so happy. I couldn't be happier. I go into concert like, you know, that rock song, Demon's Residence, the song Fumoko has, they haven't even released that on Spotify yet. And I really like that song. I want them to play that. They did it. Watame's a guest. What is a song that would be a good Watame song that she could do as a group? I say it should be a Wet Amazing Swing. It gets played. Zeta's there. I want her to do Break It Down, even though that's probably an easy pick because that's probably her most popular song right now. It happens. I have nothing negative to say about day 2.
Quite literally, like, honestly, perfect. Even if you had a preference, like, so I only have like one critique. So like they played a few like outside of Hololive songs.
So that's another unique thing they did.
It's fine if I say it right. I think it's fine.
The set lists are public.
Oh, okay. Bad Apple, like that was really fun, dude.
So,
Bad Apple in the concert.
Yes.
But like I'm personally not a big fan of Cruel Angel Thesis, like outside of like the opening version. And then the other additional song, which I think was Iris and Bay, I didn't even recognize. But like, see, all of that's more personal. Like I can't critique that. So I mean, I'm just, if anything, I will give a bonus. I'm really glad that they actually played music outside of Hololive for once at an EN concert.
The Toho song, yeah. Bay and Crony and Ina did Bad Apple.
It was really good.
Into the concert.
No, it was just Crony and Ina.
What? I was trying to pause this freaking media player. Yeah, I might have misspoke. That was one of my criticisms going into the concert. Is like, why are you announcing the duo songs? Why are you announcing the grouping songs? That's like part of the surprise, is being going to these is being surprised at what they're gonna play. But what essentially happened was all of the group pairings, so like Auto Fister, Blood Raven, Ali and Shiori, Beerus, Crony and Ina, Fumoko and Raura, they went back to doing cover songs. So they actually did songs outside of Hololive. The only one that didn't was Auto Fister because they just came out with their song. But that was a breath of fresh air because we haven't gotten to hear cover songs at an EN concert. We haven't gotten to hear it since Breaking Dimensions. I go into these concerts wanting Hololive songs because there's a good pool of it and I want to hear talents here sing other talents songs. But if you can do cover songs, that's even more of a surprise and I welcome it. You upside down Bay. Bay had been strapped on me upside down for the last 2 days. I was just holding her one time. This was right outside of day 2, just feeling the vibes. Oh yeah, because it was also, it was 4th of July, so fireworks were about to start happening. After that, we went to In-N-Out. Without going like deep into the set list or anything, Serendipity just nailed it. The people I was around, it was a incredibly positive and excited energy. Couldn't replace that at all. That's the kind of stuff like, man, I wish I could relive those couple hours.
Yeah, that's really what it comes down to. Is it's kind of like Midtown Matsuri AFO day 2
after party.
That was kind of just a perfect night. Beautiful venue. Up really high up on a skyscraper. The drinks were cheap or affordable. They weren't necessarily cheap. The venue had such cool lighting. Being with the friend that we just made was super cool, and then still hanging out with that friend afterwards.
The Mume Shrine.
The Mume Shrine. Like, come on. Like, it's just perfect. I'll never experience something exactly like that again.
We're gonna be like in our 80s, and we need to make a top 5, top 10 list of like what are the moments you wish you could relive. And right now it's Midtown Matsuri and then Serendipity day 2.
Here's the thing, you always will make new memories of things that were, that's life. You'll make new memories. They're never going to overshadow necessarily. It's just that it's always hard to remember them all because that's life. Like if you don't take pictures, if you don't write stuff down, if you don't reminisce on things, it does slip out of your head. So that's one thing. But like when it comes to like some of these events, it was like, no, that was just really, really, really nice. Like you're not going to get that again.
Oh, one thing I was going to say about when it came to Serendipity, performance. It is obviously Bay is the one I got most excited for. That's why I sound the way I do right now, because I'm screaming. Whatever. That's the most visceral reaction I'll have. And it's like when you mentioned earlier, Tim, about being at a concert like that. I think we'll use the word blissful, but you said a different word.
Serendipity.
Not serendipity. There was a word you used.
I kind of described it as like it's like your soul leaves your body.
Yeah. You feel blissful. You feel whole.
Yeah, because there comes a point. It was like, especially when Way to You played and just so on, like just the banger after banger after banger. It's literally like, man, I'm really happy right now. Like I am good. This is great. I never get to experience this.
Because it's like,
this is great.
Yeah, because in a situation like Bay performing, it's like he says, like, you want to scream, you want to cry. It's like you're full of a different emotion. This was a accurate, very, very accurate portrayal of what I looked like during Bay's concert.
I forgot about that picture.
I wasn't full on crying like that, but I was tearing up. But it's like me screaming, my arm just, pen lights going with the beat of the song, and I'm just like, I had never been so exhausted after a song, because after it ended, I was like leaning in front of the next scene in front of me, going like, oh, I gotta breathe. Oh, I'm exhausted. Looks painful. Man, it was worth it. I need to take better care of myself, because I've been dealing with this now for gonna be close to 2 weeks now. But worth it.